Thank you very much, Inka, for taking the time today to not only drive me to in this beautiful location in Rockhampton, where we are in Australia. It's our first time I'm in Australia, first time here in the city. So very good. We met in LA. It'll be 3 months now. Actually, it was in November.
Yep.
We sat next to each other, so we had great fun over the 5 days.
Yes.
That was good. So, can you tell us a little bit about yourself? What is it you do in here in Rockhampton, and how did you come up with, obviously we know each other from JT Talks, and what is it you would like to do? What is it currently you are doing, and how you are helping people, or what is your business? A little bit about your background, and so we can get to maybe.
So mainly real estate and development, which is really, really big in Rockhampton at the moment. Partnered with my parents on that venture together. I've done, I've got done so many different things, but mainly real estate at the moment. And we are currently going through our AI partnership with JT as well. So exploring AI and how it will affect businesses and all that kind of stuff.
So what would you say will be the driving force for you to start real estate? Because obviously you are very young, and then a lot of people are not thinking this way. I mean, you just been on the networking event about real estate from 9 a.m. till 4 p.m.
Yes.
Which on a beautiful like that, a lot of people in your age would go just to the beach and relax and wouldn't do anything like that. So how is possible that, in your age, you are interested in real estate, which majority of the young women wouldn't.
Yeah.
So how that come about?
I've always been interested in doing something bigger than myself. So even in high school, I've always dreamt very big. I've been told my entire life that I'm a lot wiser than my age. I've had all different kind of jobs and opportunities, from being a supervisor on a farm to doing my nursing degree. And I've always just jumped to the next best thing. And real estate, there's so much potential in real estate, especially here in Rockhampton. Yeah. And with my parents having that experience and being exposed to it for 20 years of my life, I've always had that kind of interest in wanting to own my own home and understand that whole kind of market, and helping other people my age as well, understanding it. And today the whole point was keeping up with legislation. And it's always very interesting what's happening in the market and legislation, especially in Queensland.
Perfect. I think it's like you pointed out very well, like the exposure, because I'm in real estate just 6 years now. Yeah. And my parents never done it. They're doing two completely different things. So obviously I didn't see that as a child. So then I started with that 6 years ago. Yeah. But I remember 2 years ago, we've been on holidays in Spain, and then we were walking, and it was nice and sunny, and it was very busy streets. And my eldest daughter, she was 7 back then. She looked at me and she's like, "Daddy, I think it'll be a good place for Airbnb." I'm like, "Yeah, it's good thinking." So I think like what you were seeing in your parents now, obviously now you are doing. So you mentioned about the young people, like, are you doing is there any space where basically people can come and, see you either on one-to-one, or like, do you do any networking events where people are like young people who are like, "Hey, I want more from life. I want to start real estate. I don't know really how." Yeah. Inka is young. She's doing it. She has 20 years of watching their parents doing it. And also she's already doing it and making money from it. How can I start? So basically a lot of people, they'll be, thinking like, how can I start? But they don't know who to ask, Yeah.
So I've had heaps of couples and a lot of younger people reach out to me, and they are also really amazed, like my age, the network that I'm involved in, and my kind of passion for that. So I've had people reach out, privately over social media and things, and I would work on them one-on-one and like over Zoom calls and things like that. And we would make like 90-day plans of what they need to learn. And especially I've had a few people from overseas, and they've come to Australia and it's all new, but they're so interested in the market because they see all the for sale, for rent signs everywhere, and all the advertisements, because the real estate is so big here. And especially that there's I've noticed $50,000 like 50,000 agencies here in just Queensland.
Oh, wow.
So it is a huge interest, and people do just reach out to me privately, and then we make a plan together and their goals.
And I think with the thing what you mentioned, that you are obviously now doing the AI as well.
Yes.
So because obviously I know what it is exactly. So one of the things for people is like in the past, like when I started, like I would need to buy a course, right?
Yeah.
I would need to, get educated and all these things. I mean, one thing stays the same, which is connections, obviously, to meet people in person, which is very important. But one of the things is like what JT told us, like at the moment, you don't really need as many courses, right? Because if you have the AI, what we have an access to, so people can just go there and it's like, hey, this is the deal. Is it a good deal? What shall I ask? How much shall I negotiate it for? What do you think is will be established? I don't know, refurbishment and everything. And the AI will do the research does all of that for you. It's actually doing it. So and while it's doing it, you are learning, right?
Yeah.
So can you tell us more about the AI, what everything it can do and how you are utilizing it for your real estate or anything else you are using it? Because I use it daily. So
yeah, I use it too. But I find it really interesting that you mentioned about all the whole courses and everything. So when you do try to look into AI, a lot of people are selling courses.
Yeah.
But it's not any sort of implementation.
Yeah.
And for some reason in Australia, we love our certificates. So people love signing up to something, maybe attending a little bit and then looking forward to a certificate. But with JT1 or any sort of other different types of AI, it's really good to know what you're working with, have that credibility with people that you know. For example, our whole group loves JT1 and all its different perks. And we use it in our business. And from admin work has just been so efficient lately. I haven't Googled anything in a very, very long time. And I love how it cross-checks everything online and it gives you just such a better, more straightforward answer. And as long as you're giving it good info, you'll get good info back, which is what I love.
Absolutely. We have one today. I'll tell you exactly what specifically I used it because we have one famous person who is, I think, he's staying part in Australia, but part in the USA, like Robert Herjavec from Shark Tank. So I was watching some videos today, like there was JT and then Robert was there because he's in the YouTube studio. I'm like, I really like him. And I'm like, okay. And now, at the same time, I was watching, I had the Millionaire Flicks from JT about marketing. And then one of the things was like how to contact those kind of people, right? Yeah. And then it's not as simple. You need to think about how to present it. And then I'm like, okay, how to use the branding, what we've done, right? With JT, I interview Charlie Sheen, spoke on stage, interview that person, how to position myself. So I put everything into the AI, into obviously the super intelligence, this is what I've done, this is my background. How can I contact Robert Herjavec so it can be interested? Yeah. So it created all this email for me. I kind of tweak it a little bit. And then I found his email, send it to him. We'll see what's going to happen.
So I see how amazing.
So it's and then there was another idea. I wanted to reach out to people on LinkedIn. And I'm thinking to do something like that. And it's no, it's not a good idea because everybody's doing this way. You need to think differently. And then it's starting to help you with those specific things. And I'm finding it very valuable because it really thinks differently. Yeah. Like JT speaks about a lot. If everybody using ChatGPT, everybody's the same, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it learns how you speak to it, your language, what kind of information you do enjoy getting from it, and continually giving it that feedback makes it better. Yeah, absolutely.
Are you doing any kind of, online, I would say, webinar, a masterclass, or demo where you can show it to people how to use it so they can get it, because I know they can get it from you if they would want to buy it. So do you offer anything like that? So if somebody's watching what they are talking about, I would like to see it, because obviously this is not publicly available. No. They cannot just go on Google, what is it they are talking about, because they're not going to find it. It's only through people like us they can get to it. So
yeah. I haven't pursued webinars and things like that just yet, but that is definitely on the books. It's something that I want to do. I do kind of have a lot of people every day kind of contact me, asking me questions. So it is something I'm looking into at the moment. Yeah.
Okay. So will you do one for the viewers?
Yes, maybe.
I want you to have the advantage. As you can see, she wants everything for herself, grow her real estate, and you can stay and do your broke ChatGPT.
Exactly. No, but there's not many people using AI at the moment.
Yeah.
And there's so much negative stigma with it.
Yes.
One of the biggest things that I have people say to me is, well, why are you using it? Privacy and all that kind of stuff. And I find it really good that JT1 has their own servers and it is all very private. And so the funny thing is people are so concerned about privacy, but they're more than happy to post everything on Facebook and just write whatever on all other different social medias, which all gets fed into the same kind of system. Yeah. But then they're worried about AI.
Yeah. Especially even like with the Googles or Gmails and everything. It's like nobody reads terms and conditions and nobody goes there and like, I don't want that data to be shared. Nobody's unticking any boxes. And it's like, this is how it comes. Any software new comes, update, like we tick all the boxes. We just want to get done with it.
Yeah.
And then, yeah. And to be honest, like, I think like there's a lot of things like people are protected anyway. Like in the past, like I've been hacked on Facebook.
Yeah.
Right. I've been hacked. They spent £1,000 on Facebook ads. It gets stopped in an hour. I spoke with Facebook. They return the money, like the card provider. Obviously, they have obviously some insurances and policies in place. So even if those things happen, if you don't really willingly send the money yourself, then in a lot of cases people are protected. Again, those people are worried about the money, right? They don't lose money.
Exactly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So what's your vision like for the next, or maybe for this year? Start with 2026. What is it you see yourself in the end of the year or in March next year?
Well, I kind of started the year off strong. I wrote a book and released a book, and it became a bestseller in Women in Business. It did, yeah.
Women in Business?
Yeah.
Like in the category. And what's the name of the book?
Growing Up Unfiltered. You can get it on Amazon.
Growing Up Unfiltered?
Unfiltered.
And Unfiltered.
Oh. So I explored a little bit about growing up in, my generation with social media and that kind of exposure and all that negative influence and all that kind of stuff. So I started working on that. And ever since then, I've had more and more people reach out to me about being passionate about that as well. And then I'm currently working on how like AI and in schools and things like that. I've had a couple people reach out, and we know so many people in the community that work with, JT and who also work in part of the school system. So that was really interesting as well. So mainly my focus this year is AI and what it can do for businesses. And we do have many people reach out and ask about our AI and how it can help their business. And it's really, really interesting. And everybody's always really blown away.
How long did it take you to write a book?
My whole life, I've never been very passionate about putting myself out there. Yeah. So I actually had this book written for about 6 months.
Oh.
And then I was just up one night. I was just on the computer, and I was like, I just need to do it. Just needed to get it out there. And the whole JT Fox community really supported me in getting that book out there.
That's good.
So it's really good to have a good network that supports you.
Yeah, it's very good, yeah. Yeah. Now we are writing a new book as well now.
Are you?
Yeah. I wrote 3.
Yeah.
And then we are writing another one. And now with kind of the JT learnings to kind of put it out there. I think we want to launch it in July in Ferrari event. So,
amazing.
Yeah, because actually we are using analogy of Ferrari or Formula. Not Ferrari only, but Formula 1 analogy in that book. So I think like it'll be a good place to launch it.
Absolutely.
So we'll see how that's going to go.
No, we sure.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I'll buy a copy.
Yeah, we need to be number 1 in men in business.
Yes.
Okay, good. So writing a book. How old are you actually, if you don't mind to?
I'm 23.
23. 23, wrote a book, doing real estate, doing AI. What is it you are doing, Rosa?
Exactly.
Partying Friday, Saturday? Yeah, you should contact Inga for some advice. Okay, and also you are doing another thing, and I don't know how much you can talk about it or not. So, do you want to talk about it or no?
Probably not.
No, it's a secret. So
it's a secret.
She cannot share. But I know. I'm just trying to think. So, you wrote the book. Yeah, with the AI, I had a question about if people approach. So, if somebody wants to buy it from you, so they'll buy it. Do you do an implementation with them in there for their business? Because obviously, especially like if I'll take to my example, like JT developed it, and then he added like another thing, another functionality, and like 3 months past, there was like 15 new things that you can do. And then because I wasn't really trained for all the others, I was keep using the free.
Yeah.
And then he came to the event to London and he showed how he's using all of them pretty much. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, that's good. So now I'm using more of them. So, and it's kind of one of kind of things is like, when I'm doing it with people in my events, like I'm doing like at least 4 implementation calls afterwards, so they can really utilize the maximum, so they can do it.
No, absolutely. We do have an implementation kind of plan that we go with, but our main priority at the moment is building AI employees. So where we use the business and their knowledge and create a team. And that's like mainly what we're working with at the moment. So there's always that support, that contact, and we always make sure that the businesses are set up so that they get the best out of it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I personally saved a lot of money just using that AI because I had an accountant which is UK based.
Yeah.
And that cost me £1,400 a month for all the companies I have. And then I paid £1,200 a month for a lawyer.
Yes.
For 2 companies only. So it was 2,600, so £30,000 a year. And then when I had the AI, it went to 6,000 a year.
Yeah.
Because from 30 to 6,000, I saved £24,000, which is like $50,000 in here in Australia, just having that AI, because I actually didn't need the lawyers anymore for the contracts. And then for the accountant, I hired an accountant abroad, which they'll just check the things for me before it's submitted.
Yeah.
But the rest is done there. So it's like, yeah.
Yeah, well, one of the best things you can do for your business is making sure that everything is kept in-house.
Yeah.
So keeping your expenses low, and that's exactly what JT1 does with all the different brains. You've got your marketing even, so all your marketing can run through that, which a lot of businesses get burnt by marketing agencies, or they spend a fortune on marketing agencies. So that's one of the biggest things that we've seen with our businesses actually getting massive ROI with just marketing itself.
The marketing, or when you're mentioning, is a good thing because some people, they're asking, and it's going to be funny because I'm going to an event in Cairns. It's a speaker event with like 400 speakers from all over the world. And a lot of people, they do podcasts, right? With people. And some people are asking, like, I want to start a podcast, but it seems like it's going to be difficult. Now I need to edit, or I need to think of the description or anything, Yeah. And they are overthinking it,
Absolutely.
And I'm like, no, you edit the start.
Yeah.
Since you press the button before I sit down and the end, you don't need to edit anything else really. It's about conversation. And then, Lara, she's working for me. So I'm like, okay, I'm supplying with all this podcast, sometimes 1 a week, sometimes 2 weeks, depends how many I do. And then obviously, if you should watch half an hour of the podcast and kind of understand what we were talking about, then she'll be like half an hour watching it, and then she's having other things to do. So just an idea for people, like if you have the AI, if you want the AI from JT, what we have access to, contact Inka and ask her, and you can do with the podcast exactly that. So once this is done, this conversation is going to get transcribed. Yeah. It's going to automatically get transcribed. The transcription is sent to the marketing brain, and it says like, okay, check what they were talking about, create a good headline with a good hook, description, and it just does it all for you. You don't even need to watch it. You put it there. Once uploaded on YouTube, you can upload Spotify, Apple. You put it through Opus, for example. I use Opus Pro. You put there the link and it says like, hey, create me 10 clips for shorts, and it's all done. It's like such an easy thing, and a lot of people are like, I don't know if to start the podcast. It's overwhelming. It's like, no.
Yes, but it's all about speed of implementation, right? A lot of people like to procrastinate and overthink, and that's one of the things that I have struggled with personally is perfection. Has to be perfect before it's out there.
I can see that, Usually women have perfection.
But one thing that I've learned is start now and refine later.
Yeah.
So just get it out there. You can always tweak it. You can always work on it. And I love that, especially with my age. A lot of people are scared to put themselves out there. So I'd like to be somebody that people will see and go, well, I can do it too.
Yeah.
And like AI and JT1 especially gives you that opportunity because you just ask it and it gives you everything you need to know down to steps.
Yeah.
So it's just implementation.
Yeah. And just bring your own personality to it, and now you have it. Yeah. But the perfection is a big thing. Like I speak with a lot of, we had one woman on the mastermind. She's coming again in a month's time, and then she is a personal stylist.
Yep.
And did I do a podcast with her? No, I should do a podcast with her. I'm just thinking about it.
Yeah.
And then so she came to our office because she's partnered with Lewis, and then she's like, I was so busy, so overwhelmed during the week. I'm like, what have you been doing? So and I gave her a task. Like, okay, Monday to Sunday, write me everything what you were working on and hours you spend everything. So she did that. And then I calculated, and it was 8 hours spent on social media, not like scrolling, but creating, as a creator. I'm like, okay, you spend 8 hours on social media. Show me your social media. And there was no post. I'm like, so 8 hours and there is no post. Where is the post?
Yeah.
And she's like, it's not perfect.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not perfect yet. I want it to be really perfect. And I'm like, no, it just needs to get done. Because I told her, with all due respect, nobody's going to watch first your posts or videos. Nobody's going to see it. It doesn't matter. I have all videos on YouTube and nobody's watching them. There's 2 views. It was about just getting the habit of doing it, right?
Yeah.
And then she's like, I'm going to do one tonight. I'm like, okay, 10 p.m. I didn't see one, so I texted like, where is the video? So she posted it, and when I kind of did the accountability with her, she posted it. Now she's posting like every day, and she's like, yeah, you are right. It's not about perfection. It's just going to be done. I have likes, and people comment, and I'm like, see?
And now she's got that confidence.
And now she built that momentum. But the first step is sometimes difficult. Like even the first step, like somebody's watching is like, I want to do the real estate. I want to contact Inka for the AI, but like sending the message, the first thing. But like once you get into the conversation, the flow, you build the momentum, you just get much easier.
Absolutely. And it's so good too to have somebody to keep you accountable for your goals.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Good. I usually ask at the end, like the people, we'll see what everything, because you are young, so we'll see what you have. But it's usually like people are going through difficult times with their business, but it can be also with life, obviously. It doesn't need to be always business related.
And life affects business.
Yeah. And if you kind of been through that situation, it was kind of difficult.
Yeah.
do you overcome it? What or who or help you to overcome that challenging time?
I think it is always important to have a coach. Mm-hmm. I didn't know I needed a coach until I had a coach.
Yeah.
So I think having somebody to keep you accountable, somebody that you look up to is really, really important. And one of the big things that I find with people my age is they get to this point in life, especially, you know, after a couple of years in school, you have that excitement about getting out of school and building your career. And some people hit kind of a wall and it's too hard.
Yeah.
So my big thing was stick to your dreams, dream even bigger, stay accountable, and just have goals and hit those goals. And having a network has really, really helped me, especially, you know, with my age, it was very, very hard to kind of get into the network because I felt like I didn't belong or I didn't have any value to offer people. But having those people that inspire you and show you that there's more definitely pushes you. So you just need some sort of network or somebody to push you.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's like we met, it's just being yourself, right? You know, and you are always smiling, you're happy, and that's you attract the people to you, you know, and then they want to speak to you, and it's all about that. It's about conversations, and obviously we'll see where it goes, where it leads.
Yeah.
I was doing a podcast with Luke. He's in here from Australia, Moroni, I don't know how to say. And then it was very funny because I met him first at Red Bull. He was speaking there. And he shared at the end one thing. He said like, hey, and by the way, because he's doing the runs, he's actually going to be celebrating in 10 days, 3,000 days of running.
Yes.
Every day. I'm like, he's crazy.
Yes, we were talking about that in Bali, actually. Yeah.
And he said, anybody wants to join me for a run tomorrow morning, 7 a.m., let me know. And just ended up like that. And then I've seen him in the shop buying some Red Bull, Brandon. and I told him, yeah, I'll join you tomorrow. I'm like, yeah, cool. So I asked my two business partners. One of them said no. The other one says yes. So we went in for a run, and then we had a good chat. And it started with a run. Then he was on my podcast. I was on his podcast. And today he was on my deep dive. And he said, like, hey, if nobody will invest in 2 weeks, I'll probably invest into that deal with you. So, and if I wouldn't say yes on this run and build that connection with him, that would never lead into those kind of situation. So it's very important to kind of, even like I'm here in drive, we met in Brisbane and you said like, I live in Rockhampton. Okay, let's meet, you know, even for, half a day, it doesn't matter. It's just.
And it's always really important to do what you say you're going to do.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people, and I experience it a lot, the whole false friends and people say they're going to do this and never do it. And I'm very German. So if you say you're going to do something, I really do expect it. Yeah. So it's really important to stay authentic and true to what you say you're going to do.
Did we say we're going to do a podcast?
Yes. Yeah. And look at us now.
I brought my camera and everything.
And we said this 3 months ago. Yeah.
And here we are. I thought we'll do it probably on Zoom, but then I'm like, I'm in Australia, so it's better.
Yeah, no, it's great.
So thank you very much, Inka, for sharing everything about you. And then we'll basically put everything in the description so people can reach out to you. And it was a pleasure.